When I walk into a home for the first time, I'm not just admiring the paint color or the countertops. I'm looking for what the seller might be hoping you won't notice. Now, most sellers aren't trying to trick you. A lot of them genuinely forgot that they patched something years ago, or they just didn't realize a certain detail is worth disclosing. But some of these things I'm about to walk you through are classic cover-ups, and by the end of this video, you're going to know exactly what to look for the next time you're touring a home here in the East Bay. If we haven't met yet, I'm Jenn Collins. I help people buy and sell homes and figure out where exactly they want to live here in the Tri-Valley and throughout the East Bay. Most of the people we work with are relocating, upsizing, downsizing, or just trying to make a smart move without regretting it later. And that's exactly what this channel is here for. So let's jump right in. Most buyers believe that if a home shows well, it's in good condition. And I've walked into lots of homes that show beautifully. And then we download the disclosures and find things like foundation issues, leaks, mold, and unpermitted work. So just because a home shows well doesn't mean it's a good purchase. A home can be beautifully staged and still be hiding plenty underneath. The good news is there are usually clues to what may be a risk, and in California, we usually have a disclosure package to review before you write an offer. So here's the question we're answering today. What are the 15 things that sellers hope you walk right past, and how do you actually spot them? Let's start with the ones that are hiding in plain sight, disguised as regular home maintenance. First, fresh paint or texture patching. The most common thing I see here in the East Bay is a homeowner patching drywall after a roof leak, then painting over it, and the texture never quite matches. Here's the trick. Always look up, not just down. Most buyers scan the floor for cracks, but the real evidence is usually up in the ceiling. Step back, look at the walls in different lighting, and if one patch of paint looks slightly shinier or different than the rest, ask the seller directly what happened there. Second, a kaleidoscope of flooring. If you walk through a home and see 4 different carpet styles, mismatched tile, and 2 or 3 different wood tones, that can be a sign of a foundation issue or ongoing damage that was patched room by room instead of addressing it all at once. Just imagine touring a home in Walnut Creek where the family room has carpet, the hallway has laminate, and the bedrooms each have a completely different wood tone. That patchwork pattern is worth a direct question, not just an eye roll. Third, brand new garage epoxy flooring in a home that otherwise hasn't been updated. Epoxy is often used to smooth over cracks from a garage foundation issue instead of actually addressing the cause. If one side of that epoxy sits noticeably higher than the other, or the surface looks slightly lumpy, that can be a clue. You may want to ask if the sellers have before photos to see what it looked like before the improvement. Fourth, a single fully remodeled room in an otherwise dated home. A brand new kitchen in a home where nothing else has been touched can simply mean that the sellers renovated in phases. It can also mean that there was a leak, an insurance claim, and a remodel that followed. Ask directly whether there's ever been a claim, and ask for that documentation before you go under contract, not after. Contracts cost real money and real time once you're in them, with appraisals and inspections, so get this answered early. Okay, don't worry. None of this means every home you tour is hiding something. Most sellers are honest and want a fair sale. This is about knowing what questions to ask so you're never caught off guard after you've already fallen in love with the house. Drop a comment below and tell me if you've run into any of these. I'd love to hear your stories. If you're touring homes anywhere in the East Bay, whether that's Danville, San Ramon, or Walnut Creek, or anywhere in the Tri-Valley, I'd love to help you buy with confidence. Scan our QR code here for our free buyer guide and reach out for a complimentary, no-pressure consultation. And if you're house hunting somewhere outside of our area, whether that's another part of California or clear across the country, we have an expert-vetted referral network of agents that I would send my own family to, and I'd love to connect you with one of them. Okay, back to it. Fifth is an area rug in a strange spot or an oddly oversized one. Look underneath before you make an offer. Sometimes it's nothing, just sun bleaching on wood floors from a rug that sat there a while, which is common. But sometimes it's covering real damage, so it's worth a peek either way. Sixth is furniture pushed into odd places. A couch pulled away from a wall for no obvious reason can be hiding a stain or a wall issue behind it. Home inspectors generally won't move furniture or lift rugs since it's not their place to touch personal items. So if something looks off, ask the listing agent for permission to take a closer look yourself. Seventh, an oversized gallery wall covering more space that seems necessary. We've seen cases where a wall covered edge to edge in framed photos was actually hiding water staining from a leak previously. It's an easy thing to miss on a quick walkthrough. Eighth are fountains, pool waterfalls, or music playing throughout the home during a showing. It sounds nice, but it can also be masking traffic noise. Ask the agent to turn everything off so you can hear what the home actually sounds like. And be sure to visit at different times of day, morning, afternoon, and evening, since traffic patterns change throughout the day. Ninth, an overpowering smell the moment you walk in. Heavy candles or air fresheners layered on top of a lingering odor is a common cover for mold, pet issues, or smoke damage. If every door in the house has been propped open for hours before your visit, you might not be getting an honest read of how the home actually smells. Ask to see it again with the doors closed. 10. Every single light on, even during the day. It makes a home feel bright and cheerful, but it can also be hiding how little natural light the home actually gets. Pay attention to which direction the home faces and where the sun will be at different times of the day, since a house that feels particularly bright during a stage showing can turn out to be surprisingly dark once you're living in it. Better yet, turn off the lights during your walkthrough and really get a feel for the natural light you'll experience each day. 11th are doors that have been shaved down to close properly or windows that won't open all the way. Sun settling is completely natural in any home, but doors and windows that have been clearly altered to compensate for shifting can point to a foundation issue worth investigating further. 12th, sewer line problems that never get mentioned. This is especially common in older East Bay homes. Don't just take a seller's word that there's never been an issue. A sewer line inspection is a small cost compared to the damage a backed up line can cause. 13th, are roofing issues patched with a cheap sealant instead of a proper repair. Since most buyers never actually climb up and look at the roof, a quick sealant job can go unnoticed for years. Always have your home inspector take a close look and consider a separate roof inspection, especially on an older home. 14th are unpermitted structural changes, like a wall that's been removed or a kitchen relocated to the other side of the house. Checking city permits is the buyer's responsibility, not the listing agent. So make that part of your due diligence every time a home has been clearly reconfigured. So what should you actually do with all of this? Well, if you're touring a home that shows well, remember to look up at the ceilings, check under rugs, and ask about anything that looks like a single isolated fix. If you're seriously considering an offer, get the documentation on any past insurance claims, permits, and repairs in writing before you go under contract, not after. If you're buying an older home, prioritize a sewer line inspection and a dedicated roof inspection alongside your standard home inspection. And don't underestimate a simple conversation with the neighbors. Ask them what they love about the area, what they don't love, and whether they know of any past roof or sewer issues. It's one of the easiest ways to learn what a house itself won't tell you. Most sellers aren't trying to deceive you, but there are still clues that show possible pitfalls, and now you know exactly what to look for. If this video helped you, and I hope it did, hit the like button, subscribe to our community, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next video. And if you know someone touring homes here in the East Bay right now, be sure to send this to them. I'm Jen with the Jenn Collins Group, and we help people make smart, confident moves here in the East Bay, whether that's next month or a year from now. If you're planning to buy or sell your home in the East Bay, I'd love to guide you through the process. Call or text me at the number below to schedule a complimentary, no obligation strategy session with me. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.